Okay, John, let's see
Okay,
how
so
you
as
did.
you all know, we've been asked by the principal to play the Star Spangled Banner at one of the assemblies that they're having for all the teachers and parents. So I arranged this really quickly, so we're just going to read through it and see how it goes, and then I'll work things out, try and help you all out. So let's just try and go from the beginning to the end. Let me hear everybody's first note. I'll just give you 1, 2, 3, and then just play your first note. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I like the fact that
So
you're using a
now let's
conducting
try and
baton.
read it through. Everybody ready? I'll give you 1,
That's a
2,
good height with
da,
the
da, da.
with
Everybody
the
get that?
stand. I can see your hands.
1, 2.
You've got it flattened out enough that we can see. Yeah, the only thing I would do, John, from a conducting standpoint, see if you can eliminate using that left hand for conducting and only bring it in for cues and dynamics. If not, we'll get in a habit of mirroring everything, and you don't want to. You don't want to do that. You want to make the ensemble getting used to getting the habit of watching that left hand for definitely nuances and cues and things like that.
Let me hear let's see, you three. Let me hear you three play your parts. 1, 2.
Okay, I like your arrangement. I like the way that you have voiced everything, particularly with those three instruments. That works out well for the melody and harmony. Breaking it down into the two different groups is smart to get through it.
When we hear the trombones, we're just going to go through the notes really slowly, just one by one, so you can find all the slide positions. Yes?
Slurs or ties? Or slurs or phrase?
Those are phrase markings, but for the most part, it will be slurred. Use your artistic description.
Okay.
Or actually all low brass, let's just go through the notes one by one, find slide positions that you may not know.
Okay, good job. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. That's exactly what I would do with a young group. And one thing I would do, John, when you're doing in a situation like that, go ahead and move the stand over in front of the kids you're working with so that you can maintain eye contact with them for the majority of time and just look over the top of the stand. That way you can see if they're using correct slide positions and or fingerings.
Trombone 2, you should have a low A.
Second, right?
Yes, second position. So let's start on that note, the third beat of bar 2. So, ready, and... There, that's bar up. Do you need help, Zach?
Yes.
What do you need to know?
Can we start measure 2, third beat again?
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah, okay. So here's beat 3 of measure 2. Ready, and...
Yeah, one other thing you'll want to think about, John, if you're in a situation like this where you are having to work with particular students, what about those kids over there? So we've got to think of some way that we can keep them entertained so that they don't become a discipline problem. You know, have them fingering through their notes or something, because they will start talking, you know, almost immediately.
Just the trombones play that note, and Zach, you should be playing the lower pitch, the D, not the G. 1, ready, and... start at the beginning of bar 3 and keep going. You guys can be looking through your parts, making sure
Good.
working out
Okay.
any kinks that you may have noticed when we read through it before.
Excellent. I'm glad you thought about them
Okay,
because
so
they
starting,
in a high school
right on bar
situation
3.
they would become a discipline problem.
Ready, and
And another thing you could do with a when you've got like a trombone player that can't quite find the notes, perhaps get the better player to play that person's part with them one time, and you'll be amazed at how much better kids can play once they kind of get it in their ear.
There's an A. Jeez.
okay, so you want to start on the pickup to that bar? Let's start on the pickup to bar 3. 1, ready, and
Better.
sorry, trombone 1, the lower 2 parts have 8th notes, so sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, okay.
Let's just start right on bar 5. First note of bar 5. 1, ready.
Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah, they got just a little bit lost in there, didn't
Any questions on those last 2 bars? They sound like somebody got lost.
they? Yeah, I agree.
You got it? Zach, do you need help?
Good.
You good? Let's do the low brass slowly from the beginning in tempo this time. Horns up. 1, 2.
Okay, yeah, good idea. You've definitely got the idea, John, with your teaching skills, how to break things down. We have to kind of pick and choose our battles, like how much of that would we want to break down? Would it be possibly just maybe a half of the phrase so that you can get the other kids involved again? And then once you play through that, maybe do another half a phrase with those trombones, then get the other kids involved. You just don't want to leave these kids over here, not playing for too long, because it will end up being a situation where you have a discipline problem, I'm almost sure. Really good conducting technique, though. You look really, really confident in what you're doing. We just watch that left hand, see if we can get that down out of the way so that you're not mirroring quite as much, okay? I hope these comments have been helpful. I've enjoyed watching you, and looking forward to the next assignment.